To start tonight's pre-race ceremonies, we start with our invocation, given to
are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me.
To start tonight's pre-race ceremonies, we start with our invocation, given tonight by Charity Cup Series owner Curtis Mitchell.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to get some drivers out here on the track and race for dozens of good causes. I thank you for the opportunity to be able to lead this organization, just the fruit that you've been able to bear through this. I thank you for all the drivers and the sponsors and the spectators that have been involved over the last 5 months. I pray that you continue to grow this organization so we can continue to put on um, entertaining events and raise lots more money for charity. I pray that you keep all of our emotions in check, as it will be a intense race. I pray that um, you would be glorified and magnified, and that those who come in contact with Charity Cup Series would ultimately see you, and they would wonder why it's different, why the culture is different, and it would be because of you, Lord. Thank you for this opportunity. Pray this in your name. Amen.
And now, singing the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Ben Tainai.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Drivers, start your engines!
And he served in the army. We lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard till the day that he died. He wanted my
Hey everybody, NASCAR driver Anthony Alfredo here.
Hey everybody, Brennan Gaughan here.
Larry McReynolds here with NASCAR on Fox.
All the drivers competing this year are supporting a great cause because this is racing monthly on iRacing that ultimately supports great causes.
Go out, enjoy, be safe, and have fun.
Good luck this season. Have a great time. Thanks for what you do, giving money to charity and getting a little iRacing in.
This is a great cause, a fun way to utilize the iRacing community in service to have fun competing against one another and doing good. I hope you guys enjoy racing in the Charity Cup Series. See you on the track.
Hello and welcome to the Charity Cup Series here on Sim Racing Media, The Heartland is alive and ready for tonight's race from Kansas Speedway. In the booth tonight is myself, Jordan, joined by the one and only Sam. And Sam, am I excited for this race? Jacob Manning going for 4 in a row for the season. Absolutely dominant truck. We've seen, Dylan Chavis, TJ Elaine, Curtis Mitchell, those guys all really fast. I mean, what are your thoughts going into a track like Kansas?
Yeah, so I've been looking forward to Kansas, Jordan, because you got, like you said, those dudes. We also have people like Ray Massey and Brian Bogner who have shown a lot of speed on these size tracks. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to be able to do throughout the race, because not only are they fast here, but their race strategy on these size tracks is unmatched and unparalleled to some of the other drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. And this track is definitely known for a couple different grooves. Typically that high groove down all the way to that low groove, that low groove able to, kind of cut the track a little shorter, shortest way around. Outside line, able to carry the momentum and run off the corner. And we're going to see that for about 150 laps, and, these guys going to have a fuel window between 40, 45 laps. We've seen different strategies, different ways that people try to find a way around this kind of fuel strategy to try to jump Jacob Manning, because, that's been such a fast truck. But, the winning strategy isn't the winning strategy until that checkered flag falls.
Yeah. And what you were saying with running the groove, also remember it's 150 laps, and in these trucks, they like to have their tires ate up. So you're not going to see too many people running the groove like super hard and flat out all the time. So they're going to back it off at some point, and some people will probably even run a different line.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute thriller here as these guys are out here warming up now. You see some of these guys throwing down sometimes in warm-ups, but just to kind of bounce over these qualifying results that we have up on the screen right now, we have Jacob Manning and Dylan Chavis, those two going to be at the top of the board here to start. So already starting off on a really good note for that number 50 driver. Jacob Link and Ray Massey going to be in that row 2 with TJ Lane right there in that top 5 as that disappeared on me. Okay. But we'll have to go over that once we get into the grid. But Austin Travis right here flying through 31.01. We've seen these guys dip down into the 30s as well during qualifying. So, Sam, what is something that you look forward to when you come to Kansas?
Well, I can't believe they actually did it, because I told them right there. Because before the broadcast started and before you guys came in, they were crashing on purpose. I told them, like, hey, if you can crash on the broadcast, that'd be really funny to see Austin Travis in it. But I'm looking forward, honestly, to see the race strategies play out throughout the runs, the long runs. I know that some people are going to try to risk it. The event that we did last night, they were going for super long runs, and the leader ran out of fuel battling for first, gave the guy in second to win, just barely. If there was another lap, they both would have ran out.
Absolutely. So now we're starting to grid here. Jacob Manning and Dylan Chavis going to be on that row number 1. With row number 2 going to be Jacob Link and Ray Massey. Ray Massey trying to right the ship here as we go to row number 3 with TJ Lane and Curtis Mitchell, 2 strong trucks right there in row 3. Austin Travis and DeMarco Starks going to be in row number 4, followed by Jackson Wade and Hunter Cox in row number 5. Row number 6 going to have Brian Bogner and Jacob D. Davis, followed by Chris Rude and Brenton Barker in row number 7. Row number 8 going to be Aiden Davis and Patrick Craven, followed by Justin Crittenden and John Gowan. Rounding out the field is going to be DeMarco Starks and Tim Ruark on the end of the field. Tim Ruark and DeMarco Starks not taking time. Looks like John Gowan not taking time as well. So those guys going to be the 19 truck field here tonight as we get ready to roll. And quick thoughts, Sam, before we go green here.
Yeah, I'm just ready to see. You already know previous races that we've had here, they're gonna go all out for like the first 5 laps before they settle in. So I'm curious to see if anybody's gonna crash. I know they've been crashing on purpose before, but that was just to see what the trucks will do and how they're gonna catch it, which is smart. It's really smart to practice crashing in a group. So really interested to see the first 5 laps.
Absolutely. Get this all ready to go, as I believe we'll see everybody's kind of out of order, so we'll probably get one more caution lap before we start. Jacob Manning up there in that front.
And hey, don't forget as well, Jordan, this race is going to transition into a night race as well. So it's sunset right now. But I think about, halfway through, quarter of the way through, it'll transition into a night race.
Yeah, so that track temp's certainly going to come down and be kind of a factor in this to see, who's going to be able to adapt to that, fixed setups. So they're not going to have a lot of adjustment to their trucks, but it's going to certainly, change on the track. They're going to have to find ways to have grip and run around. 86-degree track temp right now with 84 degrees in the air. 3 sets of tires for each of these guys. And, it's going to be very dramatic of a change. I think we'll see that dip down just maybe track temp down to, right there on 80 degrees. So it's going to be a ton of fun to watch these guys try to figure out, how to run those different lines. I think the top line's going to hurt once they get more grip because it's going to want to just drive off a lot harder. See some of these guys maybe shuffle down to that maybe middle lane to, 3/4 of the way to the wall. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these guys, and we're going to get ready to watch them take off here now as that pace truck's going to bring them around off of turn 4. He's going to make that hard left turn here and give control to Jacob Manning as he's going to roll all the way, waiting on that green flag to go flying. Green flag in the air. We're racing from Kansas Speedway.
Yeah, Jacob Manning with the jump. He's taking the lead there very easily. Look at that back there. You got that's Ray Massey, and you got the 74 Jacob Link trying to get underneath the 15 of Chavis. You got the 33 in that Shark Week truck of TJ Lane. The guys to watch. You got Brian Bogner somewhere back there as well. Watch out for him because we saw at one point he climbed all the way up to the front. So do not count these people out. You want to watch these drivers at this size track.
Yeah, Jacob Link, I think, tried to time that start for sure and kind of checked up a little bit, was able to allow Manning to get such a good jump, but they have not let him go. Jacob Link could have kind of drift up into that second line, try to get a run off the corner and run down that backstretch right in line with Jacob Manning down to turn 3. As you see here, almost just shy of 3 wide there right for third place. Mitchell on the outside. Guys are already shuffling around. The 15 of Chavis already fallen down to 8th right now. He's down 6 spots from where he started here.
Yeah, he doesn't have the speed. I wonder what happened to make him drop because he's already down 7 spots from where he started.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last race with Chris Rude, started on the pole, fell all the way to the back, and then never truly recovered from it, and then got a couple of incidences in the race. Now finds himself right there on the back of Dylan Chavis as well. Is Dylan Chavis racing for, as my slideshow decides to mess up, racing for placeofhope.com in the number 15 Toyota this week.
So we got going on in the back. You got a lot of people that 3 wide right now coming across the start finish in the back. Looks like the trucks. So you get a glimpse. You got the 14, 30, and the 29. Those trucks at Gowan, which Gowan's already made up 3 spots, and Justin Crittenden has also made up 3 spots in that number 30 Ram truck. Pretty impressive already, making up so many spots. Curtis Mitchell has already made up 3 spots as well, and Ray Massey's sitting in 2nd right in front of him. Well, yeah, those 2 are really fast. They like to fight each other, with Jacob Manning usually running away.
Ray Massey going to the inside of Manning side by side for a moment there, fighting
Side by
for
side
that
right now.
race lead.
I'm curious to see if they're actually going to put on a dogfight right now, or if they're going to try to back it off. And see, as you see, Ray Massey makes a crazy move and just pulls up right in front of
Ray
Jacob
Massey
Manning
able
to
to
take first.
Ray Massey able to go up and take the lead from him. Now Curtis Mitchell all over the back bumper of Manning as well, riding that outside line.
We're only on lap 7 as well. Only 7 laps in, and we already got a crazy fight up at the front. The top 3, top 4, really. Which I know the people from 4th back are sitting back and waiting, because you know something might happen. They don't want to get caught up in this too early. Can't blame them for that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, you've got to kind of strike, and it's kind of funny with Manning having the Shark Week on the hood. You've got to strike when you got to strike the shark when you can, and that's Curtis Mitchell right now down to the inside. He doesn't quite get there. The angle certainly made it look like he was about halfway into the door.
Look at Jacob Link though. Jacob Link sitting right on the tail of Curtis Mitchell. He's waiting. He's waiting for Mitchell to do something, and he's probably gonna have to react. He doesn't have a choice. He's gonna have to react to whatever Curtis Mitchell does, and he needs to set that truck into a good spot and keep up with these dudes. So if he loses them, everybody else behind him is gonna lose this 3-man group.
Absolutely. I mean, Jacob Link is one of those guys too that is always such a strong truck, but always finds just like a small little hint of something that, you know, maybe knocks him out, and, you know, not to his own doing. So Jacob Link, and the broadcaster's curse has struck already. Jacob Link into the outside wall, but able to keep it under control. Going to drop back to 8th now.
That's not good.
Under attack from Hunter Cox. Hunter Cox going to move into the 8th spot. Link going to be in 9th.
See what's going on back here. Dude, Dylan Chavis is just falling back like crazy. He's already down 11 spots. Now 12 spots as Patrick Craven goes by him on the outside. It looks like the 88 of Brenton Barker is also going to try to make a move on as well at some point. He's putting up a fight. He's like, I'm not going to fall back anymore, but I have no idea why he had so much speed in qualifying, but it's no speed in the race. Look how far he is from where he started.
Patrick Craven and Chavis side by side into turn 1. And yeah, it's 2 weeks in a row that we've watched a leader have great time at the start of the race, and then all of a sudden just fall down all the way down the leaderboard. And I mean, Chavis down 12 spots right now. So I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row we've seen the fastest in qualifying fall that hard.
I want to point out though, Brian Bogner in the 29 Chevrolet truck Silverado, he's made up 4 spots, sitting in 7th now. Slowly climbing his way up. Jackson Wade in front of him in the 90 Ram has made up 3 spots.
Yeah, Bogner.
See what they can do.
Strong truck racing for the Hope to Dream Foundation here. And that nice, would you call that lilac? I guess you would call that lilac.
Honestly.
I'm not a color guy. I had a conversation about colors.
Honestly.
I was trying to tell someone that the truck was purple, and or a car was purple, and they were like, what kind of purple? And I was like, purple. But yeah, the Hope to Dream Foundation on that machine here tonight, and we've still got just about a 10-car race for the lead.
TJ Lane got loose and caught it.
We don't want to say that name too much, as we've given that the broadcaster's curse a million times this season. But TJ
I think
Lane,
he's come to accept it at this point. I was talking to all the drivers pre-race, pre-qualifying actually, and it's just part of this Charity Cup Series in general. Is the commentator's curse and other things happening. You've got Ray Massey and Curtis Mitchell side by side right now, fighting for second. Look at that. Curtis makes a move on Jacob Manning again, trying to take first away, slides up in front. Manning's going to cut down in front, cut off Massey, so that prevents him from making a crazy run. 33 of the lane just smacked the outside wall.
Lane can't seem to get away, but get away from trouble. But Manning was all over the back bumper of Mitchell there for just a hair of a second.
Look at the 28. 28 of Austin Travis. Austin Travis is looking to make a move on Massey as well. Look at him. He's going to try to make a move to the inside of Ray Massey. take third.
Side by side into turn 3. And these guys have been shuffling around. I mean, it's almost like a, kind of like Daytona, like where they would push somebody to the lead and they would just continue to cycle around. It's just, you don't normally see that on the 1.5 miles. Usually you get a guy that goes out front and runs away with it. But here now, Austin Travis side by side with Ray Massey still. TJ Elaine wanting to poke his head into that. Probably thought about shooting the gap for a second, but thought otherwise of it. Brian Bogner.
No, he's going for it.
I was like, Bogner right there on the left rear quarter of the 90 of Jackson Wade. These guys are shuffling around like crazy. Jackson Wade now going into the inside of Austin Travis. 3 wide for a split second. So Austin Travis was able to get up and by Ray Massey for 3rd, and now Travis all the way back down to 6th. So these guys are, I mean, it's like a game of chutes and ladders. You know, they climb up and then they slide right back down.
Yeah, we're only on lap 17 of 150 laps, and we're having this. You know, you'd think it'd be on the last 20 laps doing all this shuffling and fighting for spots. But, you know, like I was saying, though, if you lose the little draft or the wind tunnel that's going on right now, you're not catching back up for a while.
Yeah,
so
no.
If I were in the top 5 or 6, I would also be driving like this.
Yeah, you just kind of find that run and you just take it and you go with it. And, you know, you see that here now. Oh, I thought Jacob had him on the side and didn't quite have the nose in there. The
Travis
back
got
in
loose.
line.
When they come into the backstretch, Travis got a little bit loose.
Yeah,
some of these trucks are loose, others are not. I'm sorry to cut you off, but if you watch close enough, you can see that coming out of the turns onto the back stretch, at least some of these trucks are super loose, and others are.
Yeah, Travis into the wall. So now he's going to have to try to tuck back in behind Bogner and maybe keep the draft. It looks like he's going to do so.
There's Manning making a move on Mitchell for first, and Massey's going to make a move on Mitchell as well. Mitchell's high, basically on the wall.
Yeah, Manning going to clear Mitchell for the race lead, side by side.
Yeah, cut them off. They're cutting each other off. This is like very overly aggressive driving on basically on 95 southbound specifically. If you road trip, you know what I'm talking about. On 95 southbound drivers, they're driving exactly like that.
I mean, I-95 in general, north or south is not fun.
No, so going southbound is
fully.
exactly like what we're watching on the screen right now. As Manning tries to make another move on Mitchell as 33 of TJ Elaine goes to the inside of Ray Massey, and they're making a box formation right now. It's like Jets, like we're watching the Blue Angels. How they're doing this formation. You got 2 in the back watching, just hanging back. Ray Massey scraping the wall. He's going to lose a lot of momentum. That's going to allow the 90 to 29 and maybe Austin Travis, if he's got a good enough run, to pass him.
Yeah, TJ Lane going to move up right in front of Jackson Wade, nearly taking the nose off of that truck.
Whoa, watch a 90 to 29. Watch a 90 to 29. Yeah. 90 cuts him off.
Yeah, like you said, these guys are racing like it's lap 140 of 150.
Yeah,
but it's only lap 22.
Lap. Yeah.
And, I mean, these guys are also going to start getting into that window where, you know, thinking about pit stops. Curtis now in the wall.
Yeah, that's Curtis.
TJ Elaine, maybe. Curtis really into that wall.
Watch it.
So we kind of got a 7-truck breakaway here right now at the front of the field. 3 on the high side. 3 on the high side, 3 on the low side, and then Austin Travis kind of picks and chooses where he wants to go as TJ Elaine gets a little tap to the outside wall.
It's not like how usually it is a breakaway where they're all like super spaced out. These guys are incredibly close together. We're looking on the timing screen right now. They're all within like tens of thousands of a second.
Yeah, I mean,
you can see on the screen.
My movie references usually come with I can't remember what movie it's from, but all I can hear is, "Are you not entertained?" It's Mitchell all over the outside wall once again.
They're about to make it 3
Lane
wide.
And Ray Massey 3 wide right now. Whoa, TJ Lane really moves up to that high line.
Watch the 29. 29 is right on the bumper of Massey. He's pushing Massey. He's pushing Massey right now. He's like, let's go, dude. I'm pushing you. I want to be up there, so I will move you up there.
I mean, we did mention Daytona earlier in this race, so giving him a shove, trying to push him forward. As now that line kind of shifted. Everybody was down on the bottom.
Wow, look at that. Look at that move by Elaine.
Everybody was kind of on the bottom and running that line, and then seemed like everybody migrated to the top for just a portion of a lap. As now TJ Elaine in line with Jacob Manning, both of those guys racing for Oceania.
That was an incredibly cool move.
But once again, Great Lakes Sim showing their strength here tonight as them leading the points situation is proving they're proving why they're leading the points situation right now with how they're running right now.
Watch Ray Massey. He's going to go to the inside. 90 cuts him off. So he's going to shoot up to the outside. 90's going to come off again. That's incredible racing by these guys. Because if you try to do this and host it, you're going around. You're either going around or you're going into the wall. One or the other. That's how much respect these guys have for each other out on track. This is very respectful racing, but also disrespectful competition, if you know what I mean. I know what you mean. You know what I mean, Jordan.
Absolutely. On board here with Curtis Mitchell as he goes a little deep into the corner and floats upwards.
That 29 truck wants to hold back. He wants to hold back and just watch.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're sitting here lap 27 of 150, going to be approaching a pit stop. But with that being said, we're going to hit the pit stop real quick, run some commercials and pay some bills, and then be right back here for action on Sim Racing Media for the Charity Cup Series.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Back here at Kansas Speedway for the Charity Cup Series, race number 4 of the season. Jacob Manning in control ahead of the field with TJ Lane just to his outside, just a couple lengths behind. And here, these guys are certainly getting close to that pit stop. And I mean, it's going to be a wild shakeup once we get to it. As TJ Lane now all over the back bumper of Jacob Manning, as Manning goes down to the low side. And TJ hangs onto that outside, as we've seen numerous times people getting runs, but now him in the wall. Curtis Mitchell just behind in the wall as well.
The 33 and the 90 just made contact a little bit. 90 giving the 33 of a lane. That's Jackson Wade in the 90, by the way. He's like, hey, I'm right here.
Real tight. As now Curtis Mitchell is going to make his dive down to pit road, so he's going to be the first taker.
Austin Travis behind him.
As well as Austin Travis, and it looks like there's a handful of others that just before him, and Hunter Cox, Brenton Barker, Jacob D. Davis. There's a bunch of guys making that jump now, which kind of separates Ray Massey from these this top 3 here, which, you know, we saw that these guys were kind of all over each other, but now you see that gap from Massey all the way up to Jackson Wade, as it sounds like him and little loose there, as it looks like him and Manning going to make their stops now. So that's going to leave TJ Lane and Jackson Wade to duke it out for the race lead for the time being.
They're probably going to fly in a minute. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
There goes Lane.
Yeah, it looks like Lane just giving way, and
it
almost sounds like he's off the pace. I was like, the way he did that. The way
he's taking the safe way in.
100%, because I mean that dive onto pit road, Jackson Wade making the stop as well. So Jackson Wade going for the quick approach. So that is going to be everybody down pit road.
Somebody's out of fuel. I'm listening to the driver's chat. Somebody just ran out of fuel and is not going to make it, I think.
Not sure who that could be, as we kind of
I heard it over the radio. He was screaming. Over the radio, I'm out of gas, pass me.
I wonder if that was TJ Lane with how he just kind of backed off. Yeah, look, TJ Lane's still coasting.
It is.
So TJ Lane gonna suffer a massive. He's gonna be just there and get into the box now. Oh, I think he might be too shallow. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that. But Jackson Wade's still going to be the race leader. Now going to give it back to Jacob Manning.
On lap 38 out of 150.
And just pushed it maybe a lap too far. As TJ Lane's still sitting in his pit box right now. Going to leave pit road right here, right now.
He lost a lot of time doing that.
I mean, TJ Lane went from fighting for the race lead to now joining the track in 12th position. I was trying to see if there was anybody coming to him. Justin Crittenden, the next truck that he would be racing for position. So able to keep 12th, but that's going to be a developing story to watch for the rest of this race as TJ Lane runs out of fuel, falls all the way back. As now you see with the pit stops and the pit cycles, Ray Massey finds himself in P2 now, and then Jackson Wade and company are all about 2.5 seconds off of the race lead here. As we take a little jump on board, you see that is Ray Massey just up ahead.
It's a pretty decent gap.
That's a large gap compared to what we had seen early.
It's a pretty crazy gap if you look on the mini map, which you guys aren't able to see on my mini map. That's a big gap.
It's a huge gap. I mean, we've seen a number of times where pit stops and pit cycles can certainly, change the course of a race. But I mean, that's as big of a change that you're gonna see.
Yeah.
With Ray Massey sitting about half a second or so off of Jacob Manning. So I mean, the biggest benefactors would be Manning and Massey because they've both been able to separate themselves from everybody else. Massey's last lap was actually the fastest of the race for him, and it just popped again, a 31:13, so almost matching that best time. So
look at what the 50 just had to go through. These two back markers are making it very difficult. So 34 and the 14, 34. Where is he on here? Yeah, just Jacob D. Davis. The 15. Dylan Chavis.
It looks like Dylan Chavis has parked it for the night.
Wonder who that. Did I read that wrong? Is that the 14 of John Gowan? Did I read his number completely wrong?
No, you said 15, and then I happened to notice that the 15 had parked it as well. So
yeah,
kind of like
it is 14. I
pickup.
completely read it wrong. No idea how that happened. But yeah, as it sits, we're on lap 43 right now here at Kansas, and the top 5 after pit stops is Jacob Manning sitting in first, Ray Massey in second, Jackson Wade sitting in third. He's made up 6 spots. He's the only Ram in the top 5. Why no, I'm actually wrong about that. You got Austin Travis sitting in fourth in that 28 Chevy. Then the other Ram is Hunter Cox in the number 7. He's got a lot of fans in the comments for the YouTube live stream right now. So I know you guys have been screaming Hunter Cox. So here he is. Hunter Cox, the Oakley number 7 Craftsman Ram truck.
Yeah, he's
sitting in 5th.
Yeah, he's sitting in 5th, about 10 seconds off of the race lead, and I mean
he's made up 5 spots though.
Yeah, Curtis Mitchell here in 6th. He's currently where he started the race tonight, but sitting about 14 seconds off of the race lead. I mean, he was just up there battling it out and switching positions with the whole top 7 at one point. And now, he's in the wall hard.
He's stuck in the wall. That's
We've
gonna hurt.
seen a lot of guys. Is Brian Bogner going to capitalize on that and take over the 6th place spot? DeMarco Starks right there as well, looking to make his jump down to the inside and take a spot away from Mitchell. So I feel like it's a little different than I may have expected. I thought we were going to see these guys gain a lot of grip and be able to run a lot differently than they are. And here it's almost like these trucks are just loose at the beginning of the runs, and then they just kind of
it's the setup.
Yeah, they just kind of get a little worse as they go.
Yeah, the fixed setup has caused them to be super loose over time rather than tightening up. Opposite of what we've seen for a lot of the other races, minus, what was it? Was it Texas where they were super loose as well? And people crashing, trying to get into pits. Had like 7 people spent on one of the races just trying to get into the pits. Absolutely insane.
And speaking of tightening up, you've got Ray Massey now within 0.2 of a second, right there within striking distance of the 50.
Here we go again.
As
battle. Oh yeah, he's going for it too. Look at that. He's dipping down with Manning.
Yeah, 2-horse race right now at the front of the field with Manning in the lead and Massey right there in tow. Wade's been able to make up just about a 10th over the last couple of laps, which, I mean, that's not going to be enough to run these guys down. He's kind of running just about a 10th off of the time that the 2 front runners are. They're running 31.8s with him running a 31.9, so
yeah, Jackson Wade in third. He's 2 seconds back behind our leaders right now, trying to catch up. He just passed the back marker, so now he's just got to catch up to these guys.
Massey kind of backing off just a bit. Manning able
because
to
there's traffic.
Pull a toe off of Manning able to pull a toe off of some of the trucks in front of him as he makes his run. And that I think is going to play a big factor in this race is the lap traffic. We these guys have really spread out amongst each other, and being able to pull the draft. I mean, as long as you don't catch a 4 or 5 car mashup of racers, you'll be able to pull the toe and pull yourself down the racetrack and get yourself a good run going into the corner. But
the 30 truck wanted that toe. So 30 of Justin Crittenden, he wanted the toe for Manning so he can catch the 44 of Tim Ruart. And that cut off Massey from doing anything crazy. Look at this formation. Manning's gonna slide right behind Ruart. And then Massey and the Crittenden are going to be side by side. So Massey's going to try to get by Crittenden and catch the draft again of Manning so that he can catch him.
Yeah, and I mean, to the benefit of Massey, though, with Crittenden going down a lap, he's not really going to fight Massey as much as he would Manning. As you just saw, Ruark really fighting, Manning to stay on the lead lap. Because if a caution were to happen at that point in time, he wouldn't have been, he wouldn't have had to take in a lucky dog, would have been on the lead lap. Now he's going to be looking to fight, Crittenden right behind him, and Massey's going to kind of be in the middle of that. But, as they get to these lap traffic, everybody's going to fight Manning like crazy to stay in front of him. But when Massey gets there, they're like, well, I've already gotten a lap down. I can give up, this space to the, second place driver. But Manning now able to pull a little bit because of the battle of Ruark and Crittenden right here in front of him. Manning's able to kind of separate himself.
Yeah, Massey's stuck. He's literally stuck behind Ruark and Crittenden right now. He's trying to. He's doing everything he can to get by. He's trying to assess the situation. Z2 bite. Oh, it's contact. 44 catches it. Wow. 30 almost just brought the 44 around. Amazing driving by Tim Ruark.
I do not know how he hung on to that, because that was a sideways truck. He was able to hang on to that, and that was masterful driving by the 44 there.
Props on Crittenden as well for seeing that he's about to turn him, and you could see he visually braked and backed way off to catch the truck. So if he kept it on the throttle, he was going around for sure.
Yeah, I also think Crittenden said, "Oh, I almost possibly wrecked the second place driver, so I'm just gonna kind of save this battle for a little bit."
They could resume this battle when like third and fourth catch them, if they even do, because like I was saying earlier, Ray Massey is ridiculously fast, and we've known historically throughout this season that Jacob Manning is also the alien speed as well.
Yeah. But don't look now, but like these guys with fighting these two lap cars right here, Jackson Wade has now brought it down to within a 1.6 second gap to the race leader. So
yeah, he's been trying to capitalize.
Yeah, he's capitalizing certainly on that trouble that those guys are having. Now that they're clear, they might be able to kind of pull away just a little bit, or at least plateau that that gap. It's down to 1.2 seconds now, so not
if I was
plateauing as much.
Sliding behind Manning right now to try to get a draft and run away from these two back markers to get away from Jackson Wade, because Jackson Wade's gonna throw away the little train that they've got going on here, and they don't really. I know they don't want a third person in there. When you're doing drafting on these 1.5s, the wide ones like this track, you do not want a third person involved.
Yeah, I know this may sound a little niche and a little nerdy, but it's kind of like when you're playing Warzone on Call of Duty, and you're fighting one dude, and then some third team comes out of nowhere and joins the fight. Yeah, that's certainly it throws that flow off entirely. But he is right there. He's down to 0.9 of a second, but now he's got to see if he can clear and dispatch these guys out of his way fast enough so that he doesn't lose the time that he gained.
Well, if he's crazy enough, he's just going to throw himself underneath or above. He's just going to throw himself to get around these trucks.
It definitely looked like he was going to throw himself to the outside, but Crittenden way up high now.
He is. Look, he's going to get by him. He's like, I don't care, dude. I will get by you. He's going to do the same thing to Tim Ruark. Watch when he catches him.
Yeah, Jackson Wade, certainly one of those drivers that, I don't know how you would word it. He's kind of cautiously aggressive. Like, he's not aggressive to the point where he's going to wreck you for a win or, throw you around. But he's going to make sure that, if that's his spot, he's going to make sure that you know it, and he's going to take it and make a run for it and, clear you as tightly as he possibly can, just so that he can, stay where he needs to stay and make the progress that he needs to make. He's down to 0.8 of a second here now.
Because you got to get by Ruark. If you get by Ruark, then he'll be good to chase down Massey. And I feel like this here going to put on a show once he does. Whoa, as Ruark cuts him way off, he's like, hey, I see you're going up. I'm going to go up too, dude. You ain't passing me that easy.
Yeah, Jackson Wade racing for the Bundle of Joy Foundation in that Ram as he's all over the back bumper of Ruark. Going to be able to put himself right there to the back of Massey. Now he can set his sights right there on that number 23 machine.
I don't know if you caught it, but Ruart kind of dipped down a little too aggressively onto the apron and got a little bit loose there. Seems like he caught it. That's a battle for another time. I want to see what Jackson Wade can do to catch up to Ray Massey and then see if these two either fight each other or work together to catch and pass Jacob Manning.
Yeah, so here, working lap 61, 60 laps completed right now. You've got a 3-horse race going right now as Jackson Wade has fought his way all the way back to the front. He was at one point almost 3 seconds down. So, I mean, that shows the strength in that truck. And these guys are getting ready to hit, another pit stop cycle in about the next 8 to 10 laps or so.
It should be about 7. Oh, Jackson Wade just smacks it outside while he's going to lose some momentum. That's going to cause Ray Massey to pull away from him. He's not going to like that. He might drive a little bit more crazier. The reason why I say crazy because, one, he's in a Ram. And, well, Ram.
You can't dodge it,
Ram. Drivers have been known to. I cannot stand you right now. But Ram drivers have been known to drive a little bit crazy. And he's got the Bundle of Joy Foundation from Samantha and Kyle Busch. So, yeah, he's going to be driving a little bit crazy around some of these trucks as our leaders pass Curtis Mitchell, and they're about to pass the 77 of Aiden Davis.
Which will leave us.
Should be with these guys passing back markers instead of being a back marker himself, but got in a little bit of trouble on the wall.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if, just hanging on to maybe a fast repair maybe has a little bit of that right side damage from scraping the wall a few times.
I think so.
But certainly going to be in a little bit of a hole. Now he's going to be racing for that lucky dog if by chance we get that caution.
Notice how the 77 did not put up a fight like Curtin and
absolutely not.
Rourke. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to. I don't really care. Just go get them, boys. I'll move for you. Not going to cause any drama.
Yeah, so working lap 63. Are completing lap 64, working 65. So that, for some of these guys that pit maybe lap 30, I think 35 was the soonest. So 35, I think those guys are going to be looking at around that, 70 mark to come down pit road. I mean, you see what happens. TJ Lane right now sitting here in the P8 spot. He pushed it just a lap too far and found himself.
If you look at the 17 that DeMarco starts, I think maybe Hunter Cox as well in the 7. They got a little train going up. It's just them. It's just these two trying to catch any other group ahead of them, which I don't know if they'd be able to without pit stops because the field is spread out, but they're in groups, different little groups together.
Yeah, you see here DeMarco Starks and Brian Bogner, those guys just crossing the start-finish line. As
they're working together.
Jacob Manning and Ray Massey, they're coming out of turn 4 now. So those guys just about 3/4 of a lap ahead of your, 6th and 7th position trucks. So that just shows you the speed and the advantage that Manning, Massey, and Wade have made with that pit cycle. I mean, Jackson Wade, of course, had to put in a lot of work into that truck to get it up there. But, those three have found a way to really separate themselves. I mean, right now in the P4 spot is Austin Travis, and he's sitting about 10.5, 11 seconds off of that pack right now in your 4th spot.
That's an insane gap. That's a really insane gap. By the time they're going into turn 1, he's coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, so, I mean, Manning's still got a little bit of a gap. So, I mean, I know this track, it's not quite a full wide open on the opening couple of laps on a set of tires, but it's just enough that you've got a noticeable difference in speed. Fastest lap in the race for Jacob Manning so far was a 31:21. And currently, right now, he's running 32:87s. So these guys are about 1.5 seconds or so off of their best times of the race. So that's a lot of fall off. And I think as we get into the later stages, if someone can really find a way to manage that fall off, they're going to be able to capitalize on a pit
Curtis
stop.
Mitchell's about to come
gonna be
in.
a tough job.
Curtis Mitchell's going to be the first one to pull the trigger on pit stops. Or actually, no,
Yeah.
30 just jumped in.
Yeah, so Justin Crittenden and Curtis Mitchell. Oh,
he just made a
Crittenden
mistake.
around. Going to be costly for Crittenden and hopefully not
I was
costly for
wondering why he was
Curtis.
stopped so close to the start.
So that's going to be the start of our pit stops. Curtis Mitchell looking to maybe if he shorts it just a lap or two, maybe he can make up a ton of time. But it's going to be
My
a
question
full lap and a half.
is, though, will all three of these top three jump in at the same time, or is one of these three gonna try to shoot another lap and then pit?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I think if you're one of these guys, like I'm calling my pit like just as I get to turn 3. And I know it's not, it may be frowned upon in some cases, but I mean, any little competitive advantage you can give yourself, you got to take it. And, if I'm Ray Massey or something, I'm waiting until, the last second to be like, I'm coming in. Maybe
If I was
try to
Manning, I would call it and just be like, all right, I'm pitting in, stay low, and then immediately shoot way up on the track. I mean aggressively too. I don't mean like what you've seen where they just like casually go up the track. Because I would make it look, I even slow down just a little bit so the other two follow. And then when I'm getting closer,
looks like Manning is going to come, and now
truck.
Jackson Wade and Jacob Manning going to make their stops
Whoa,
here.
whoa.
Manning, just as we
They
went
made
to shoot over to Massey, Manning had a little bit of a bobble. But Ray
Well,
Massey,
I know what he was doing. He was trying to yank the truck in and trick one of them, but Jackson Wade was able to react fast enough. Ray Massey wasn't.
Yeah, so Massey out here one extra lap. We'll see if he does make a decision. I don't think, no, it's certainly maybe full tilt. Now going to make a stop. Tries to get
Will
as
he
much
be able to
speed as
get
he
in?
can.
Oh, dude, he's close to the outside line.
Ooh.
Locked up the tires.
Yeah.
He's very close to the outside, almost on the grass.
So for now, as the stops are being made, DeMarco Starks and
I think
Brian
I
Bogner.
think these two are gonna go in. I know Bogner
Okay.
said he was over the radio.
Yeah, so here we go, Bogner, DeMarco.
Starks.
Oh, that we'll
I
have to
don't
pay
know.
attention to
Was
because
he
that's
gonna-
a little
yeah.
bit of a rough entry there.
Was he too fast? Was DeMarco Starks too fast on pit entry?
So right now it leaves Jacob Link as the last truck to make a jump down pit road. Everybody else has come down so far.
There goes
See
Austin Travis coming out.
Austin Travis rejoining. Massey about 13 seconds off the back bumper of Link right now. So Manning going to jump over Massey as Massey comes out, as well as Jackson Wade. So right there, that shows you those guys being in just a lap earlier separated them about a second and a half from Ray Massey. So,
Well, right now we're sitting at lap 75, so we're at the halfway mark of this race. And right now, Jacob Link is in first because he is not taking a pit stop just yet, which he might on this lap. And then you got Jacob Manning sitting in second, Jackson Wade, who's gained 6 spots, sitting in third still, and then Ray Massey sitting in fourth. Got tricked by Jacob Manning coming into the pits. And then fifth, wrap it up, is Austin Travis.
yeah, Jacob Link going to make his stop here now. Is Jacob Manning going to retake the lead here with Jackson Wade in tow. And Ray Massey sitting about 1.4 seconds off of him. And then Austin Travis is in another zip code behind them, about 17 seconds off the back bumper of
Good
Ray
grief.
Massey. So,
I just want to point out that, yes, pit stops, but I want to say that John Gowan has made up 7 spots.
yeah, John Gallen up
6 now.
7.
Sitting in 13th. Number 14.
Jackson Wade. Yeah,
Toyota.
Jackson Wade finds himself up 7. Bogner's up 6. Crittenden up 5. Gowan, like you said, up 6 right now.
What's going
Currently
on
in
with
13th
Bogner? He's
position.
got a bunch of trucks behind him. What's going on there? 7, 17. Those Hunter Cox and DeMarco looking to see if they can't fight for that spot. Some
Yeah,
points.
Hunter
on the board.
Cox and DeMarco Starks right there behind him, all trying to find a way to just maybe jump a spot. But
Look at this. Bogner's all over the track. He's going up, down. He's like, you will not get past me.
the
I will
17
crash.
and the
Whoa!
7.
He caught it though. They both caught it.
Ooh, they definitely were able to avoid a
88's
catastrophe
going to
there.
capitalize. 88 is going to try to capitalize. He's down, but
yeah,
still,
Brenton Barker
anything.
down. Brenton Barker currently down 3 laps, but anytime you pass a truck, it certainly makes you feel a little bit better and maybe find a way to move yourself forward. You're going to need a ton of help to get 3 laps back, but certainly anything is possible.
Well, if there's a caution, he'll certainly have the lucky dog. So, whoa, that's if the 17 doesn't cut him all the way off and slams into him. That was close. I honestly thought they were about to make contact because the 17 made a super aggressive move up to the high line. He's going to make that move on the number 7. The Hunter Cox. That's DeMarco Starks and the 17. Starks, sorry, not Starks. Starks. DeMarco Starks.
Back up front, and it is a cluster here, and Ray Massey has found himself right in the mix.
Link is going to make this interesting. Link is making this very interesting. Look at him and Jackson Wade side by side, basically touching each other, with Ray Massey going to try to shoot to the bottom, maybe? He's going to stay up. That's smart.
Link was trying to defend that, going a lap down here, so he
still is. He's not done yet. He's still not done yet. Look, he's going to make a move on Jacob Benning. And Wade is going to go way down to the bottom. We're going to make it 3 wide in a second, maybe.
I think Wade thought, ooh, that transition is ugly. But I thought Wade looked there. He was like, yeah,
Wade took it down.
Yeah, Wade was like, I want to make a jump to this, but then he thought better of it to go 3 wide. They look like they just kind of
looking.
Jacob Link a little bit fresher, not a ton fresher stuff, but about 3 laps. Gets up and gets a lap back, but that allows Massey to be all over the back of Jackson Wade here now.
34 got spooked and tapped the wall a little bit. That's Jacob D. Davis trying to get out of the way because he probably saw all that chaos and movement. He's like, yeah, I need to move now. So I would be scared if I were him, but I saw that in my rear view. I'd move too. I'd pull over actually and stop.
Jacob D. Davis was like, yeah, this is not my fight.
All right, they're spread out, but I want to see because somebody's going to have a run because you see Ray Massey's got a little bit of a run, but is he going to try to push or is he just going to sit behind Wade and try to push him up to Manning and then see what kind of chaos he can pull out of it?
Massey running that right there on that last seam on the high side, just getting his tires.
They're all running different lines.
But I think
all 3 of them are running different lines in the turns at least.
It's kind of like as soon as they come off the corner, though, instead of getting that rush of, momentum off the top, it's almost like the air off of that 90 right there in front of Massey just kind of disrupts the momentum or something, because it's almost like that truck just stalls out just enough that he doesn't make a ton of progress.
Jacob Link is about to fly up to TJ Lane right now because they were talking over the radio saying, hey, if you have a good run on me, I'll just pull over and let you go by. So yeah, Jacob Link has found some speed. He's trying to fight for his life to stay on the lead lap. And he's got TJ Lane in front of him. He's probably going to be fighting for position anyways.
Yeah, with the speed of that 74 truck, he is definitely begging for something to kind of reset these guys. But with how everything's going, these 3 right here are certainly showing their strengths. And I mean, I'm not surprised by either one of these 3 being up here. I mean, the 50's been strong. The 90 of Wade's been strong. Ray Massey been strong. I mean, Manning was able to, get the last 3 races and looking to go for 4. But it seems like each week that we come back, these guys have found just enough to, kind of make that 50 of Jacob Manning sweat just a little bit more each and every time we come back.
Here we go. Massey in that 23 truck. He's actually, he's going to hold. I thought he was going to try to throw his truck down the inside. He's going to hold it and wait.
Oh,
yeah, he's going to wait.
On the outside, just going to be barely clear. Wade going to shut the door on the outside on the exit of the turn.
Yeah, it's like basically Jackson Wade was peeking out his back door with somebody knocking on it. It's like, I don't want to let you in. I don't want you inside my house. I'm just gonna very slowly and gently close the door. Didn't slam it, but he definitely intentionally gently closed it.
It's like when you get the solicitors at your door, and you're like, I'm good, thanks. And you just kind of
that's exactly
shut
how
the
he
door.
shut the door right there. So yeah, they're gonna settle in now. We're on lap 87 out of 150. So yeah, if I were them, I would settle in and only pass if I can capitalize on it easily without compromising my tires.
Yeah, and that's what we've kind of said coming back from that round of pit stops is, who's going to be able to find a way to prolong a life of tires. These guys already about a second off of their best laps now, running 32 threes and 32 twos, so they're already kind of falling off. But
I don't know if you have the mini map if you're able to see the mini map personally, but on mine, the pack that they're about to catch, if they catch them, is going to cause a lot of traffic chaos. You have a lot of trucks stacked up together and not too tight. Yeah, you see it? You see it? You see it? You see what they're going to catch?
We go on board, and you can see right there, that's going to be TJ Lane, Austin Travis, Hunter Cox, and then Jacob Link, who's found a way forward. It's just about the entirety of the top, what?
If you want to, Curtis Mitchell and them are in a crazy little 3-truck group. I saw it on the mini map. I saw 316 and a bunch of other numbers pop up. So got Curtis Mitchell and then Ray Massey's teammate in the 32, Chris Rude, the opposite our number, 10 numbers ahead. Very crazy stuff. 34 just smacks the outside wall. He's not going to be able to make a run on Rude.
Yeah, so these guys slowly starting to catch.
Something's happening to TJ Links. He's over the radio right now talking about a pass.
Yeah, Hunter Cox in the outside wall right now. So that's going to give TJ Lane to move forward.
Look at Austin Travis back there watching this go down. You two, I think the 33 and the 7, if I've been listening to the radio correctly, the driver's radio, they've been duking it out for a hot minute. Going back and forth, back and forth. We're on lap 91 now, and they've been over the radio starting at like lap, I think 60 something, talking back and forth.
Yeah, I mean,
as TJ Lane scrapes the wall.
It's almost like TJ Lane and Jacob Link have, definitely Jacob Link, but TJ Lane may have found a little bit of something to maybe push a little bit, trying to stay up in front of these guys. Jacob Link certainly trying to find a way to make as much time as he can right now, as he's closing in on the back of DeMarco Starks and Brian Pogner, as well as Brenton Barker, that last truck in that little 3.
Look at Bogner's stats. He's up 7 positions, sitting in 4th right now. And you can see when you cut to him earlier, he was jumping around up and down, not letting the 17 of DeMarco Starks get by him. That 88 truck is trying to fight as well, trying to gain anything and not fall back any further than he is. So this is not a bad group to stick with.
And now these guys fighting and duking it out, and you can see Jacob Link just closing in on them, just about a half second off the back of DeMarco Starks. As Brenton Barker, when you're down a few laps, you're just out here trying to run and have fun and race, and he's right there with those guys. So it's got to be one of those things that in your mind you're like, dang, like I could be running for a top 5 spot right now. And that's always hit me. It's just like, I have speed. I am speed. Link certainly putting himself in this conversation with that top 5 right here.
Yeah.
But Jacob Manning coming down into turn 1, he has all but just caught Austin Travis here with Jackson Wade and Ray Massey right here on the backside. Hunter Cox a little wild off the corner, as now Ray Massey and Jackson Wade start to duke it out. Massey down to the inside, gonna slide up the track, touch the inside of Jackson Wade, as now it looks like Hunter Cox gonna make his stop, but Massey and Wade side by side. They don't want to do that too long, because that's gonna give Manning every possibility to maybe move forward away from these guys. So
I know there's a battle happening right now. but something happened to the 7 truck going in the pits. I think he's fine, but on the map, I think he may have overcooked it.
Massey and Wade going to settle their differences for now. And now, I think Massey wanted to put the nose in there, but Wade shutting that door, and that door being shut is getting a little bit more aggressive each time he
he's
has
slamming
to
it harder and harder. He's starting to be close to slamming. He's not slamming it. He's not slamming it yet.
TJ Lane just ahead of those guys. Yeah, TJ Lane just ahead of those guys, smacking the outside wall. Now Travis.
Let's see what Austin Travis is going to do. Is he going to be nice and let the boys go by, or is he going to also not play nice and make him fight? Looks like he might make him fight, honestly, with the way he's down low with Jacob Manning right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the speed that the guy you're racing for position in TJ Lane right ahead of you is, able to kind of put some separation from you, it makes you a little bit more weary of just letting the leader put you a lap down. Just because you have that feeling that maybe Manning gets to TJ Lane, and that's going to put you in a world of trouble to try to get a lap back. And, we're getting later and later into this. We're currently working lap 98 of 150, excuse me. And, the time is starting to run out.
52 laps left?
Yeah. You're starting to lose your opportunity of, getting a caution and getting back into the fight. So you're probably going to put up the best fight that you really can. As Manning way up on the outside, going to try to maybe get that strong run off the turn. Going to make a run down the backstretch.
The only person I think that would be frustrated at this point might be Brian Bogner, who's going to be praying for a caution or something. Because, yeah, he's in 4th behind these 3, but the gap is insane. He's sitting what is the gap? 27 seconds behind Massey right now.
So this is your race leader about to head into turn number 1, and then
Travis
here's Brian Bogner.
Nice.
Brian Bogner going to come off of turn number 2. So that is your gap right there. As Bogner is going down the backstretch, you have Manning coming out of turn 2 as well. So, I mean, you can see 4th place right there in front of you.
There's a lane. He's probably going to let his teammate go by, and then he might slide right behind his teammate and cut off Wade. That's what I would do if I was TJ Lane. I'd play nice before my teammate and be not so nice. The trucks with Jackson Wade and Ray Massey, so my teammate can get stuff done. So let's watch. Just see what's going to happen. You think he's going to slide in? I think he might. See, there we go. So
side by side, he's actually going to have to tuck back in.
Pull. Yeah, he's going to give him a pull at some point. But I want to know. He's going to pass the lane. Manny's going to pass the lane. But I want to know, will TJ Lane, if he has the space, slot right in between Jackson Wade and Manning? Oh, this is going to cause problems. Wade's going to have a run. 34 is going in the pits. Or no, he's not. He's moving out way out of the way. Not even close to the pits. My bad. Yeah, he just moved. Now he's back on the line. As TJ Lane taps the wall once again.
Yeah, Jacob D. Davis just did complete a pit stop a few laps ago. So, like you said, getting out of the way. TJ Lane putting up a fight with his teammate. Doesn't want to give him that lap down. Give him that lap there.
That's the thing about oval racing is that this is not open wheel like IndyCar or Formula One. These guys will fight their own teammates.
Oh,
look 100%. At that. What did I tell you? He's going to slide in behind.
He looked like he was. Yeah, he looked like he wanted to make a move there on his teammate, Jacob Manning. But, Manning and Massey and Wade, those guys should be thinking
look at the gap now. What did I tell you? I told you he was probably going to. Yeah, now, Ray Massey over the radio right now is like, what are we doing, guys? Why would you do that? He's talking to TJ Lane. They're frustrated that Lane just did that. I told you that TJ Lane, if he's smart, it would pull exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I mean,
they're hurling insults. They're hurling insults at TJ Lane right now.
Especially with, pit stops coming up here shortly. I mean, we're at lap 104, about to complete 104. It's going to put us, with them coming down 72, just shy of that 35 lap, window. And with that window approaching, we're going to take our pit stop here now and be back with more coverage of the Charity Cup Series here from Kansas Speedway on SRM.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Back here at Kansas Speedway as pit stops have begun and some shakeup is going here on the racetrack.
Yeah, so Ray Massey chose to stay out, and Manning and Jackson Wade came in. The only reason why Manning came in is because over the radio, right before we cut back from commercial, Jackson Wade over the radio said, "I'm going into the pits," probably talking to Massey so that Massey didn't kill him. So yeah, very interesting choice there. As now Ray Massey, as you can see, has entered into the pits with the 88 of Brenton Barker, who's several laps down.
Oh, Massey.
So yeah, very interesting stuff there.
Massey going through a ton of spots, a ton of pit stalls for that one. So I have to keep an eye on that as well. As Manning is now...
Jacob Manning and Wade together still.
Manning is currently 1.2 seconds ahead of Jackson Wade, as Ray Massey going to be leaving the pits now, so he's going to have a large gap to the back of Jackson Wade. As you see, there goes Manning, and here comes Jackson Wade to take over P2. And so we're going to have about a few seconds between each of these drivers here. As you know, we still got Jacob Link currently at the front of the field leading laps. DeMarco Starch just now making his stop here as DeMarco Starch goes around. DeMarco Starch, and here comes the 28
and also
of Austin
Travis. He's sideways coming in. Oh, man. That's going to hurt the races. Let's see the 32. 32 is coming in.
Yeah, the 32
is Chris Rude.
His stop here, and caution flies.
We have a caution. I wonder why. It's the 20-something.
As we take a look, Justin Crittenden was backwards on the racing surface. And that, I guess, just lost it there. The replay doesn't give us a
wonder what happened.
Look at that as we'll go back one more time.
Well, the drivers over the radio
are
confused
here we are.
As well why there was even a caution to begin with.
We're here with Justin Crittenden as he comes off of turn 4, and he's going to get that's a net code and a half on that one. That was a net code and a half. I feel like they had a mile between each other. So that's going to shake up a ton of things here. As we come back, and Jacob Link's going to be able to make a pit stop now without making any kind of without having any
really
contest.
quick, Jordan. I have the approved list of drivers we can pull in for a caution interview, and Jackson Wade's one of them.
We'll let him make a stop. What?
Him.
I was like, we'll
Yeah,
let him make
let
a
him go through
stop.
first.
But it looked like I'm trying to see who that was that made the hard, sharp turn off of pit road. I saw someone make an aggressive move to not go down pit road, maybe because they didn't realize it was only the non-lap down cars. Austin Travis also had a situation, so we're just waiting for Manning Wade. We're just waiting for Wade to make his.
I'll pull him after he gets back onto the actual track itself.
I mean, that was a phenomenal run here, and I mean, these guys, that's going to shuffle everything back. I think it's going to put Bogner.
Waiting. Enter blend line. And you ready for him?
Yes, sir. Jackson Wade, is Jordan in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
I'm here.
Hey, so I mean, you guys had that 3-car kind of almost like a tandem for a while, and you find yourself now here under caution. I mean, that's going to shake everything up. What you feeling in that truck right now?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be wild. I mean, I'm just happy to be up here towards the front. It's been a really good bundle of joy truck here that we've been having today. It's been really fun racing these guys up front, so I'm excited to see what these final 35-ish laps have to show us.
Absolutely, man. And before we cut you loose there, brother, I mean, you want to give a super quick shout out to whoever you need to?
Yeah, absolutely. Just Great Lakes Sim. It's a good team we're working together with right now. Just love being with those guys, and then any friends and family that are watching me. And yeah, thanks guys for chatting with me here, and thank you for broadcasting as well.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Go get them.
Thank you.
The voice of Jackson Wade in the number 90. Going to start here on the front row with Jacob Manning to his outside. Currently looks like, I want to say,
truck lights are off.
6 trucks going to be on the lead lap, and they've all got to play catch up here to get to the this little pack before we go green. Lights are out on the pace truck, and I mean, you have a 3-car breakaway. You kind of already have set in your mind you're gonna have a top 3 finish if you're Massey, Manning, and Wade. And here now you've added in 3 more trucks into that, maybe even 4 trucks to that as we get ready to go green flag racing here. Is Jackson Wade gonna have control and fire off here as the rest of the field still trying to catch back up?
I thought for sure they would have another caution lap to bring in everybody together, but that works too, I guess.
Yeah, I think a couple more guys tried to come down and get, just a touch bit more fuel, because we are going to be right there.
Lincoln Manning with Massey.
Yeah, that was a tight little move there. Is now Patrick Craven going to go to the inside of Link.
Here we go. Watch it. They're touching.
As now Bogner going to come back down pit road here. Not sure what's going on with that machine, but Jackson Wade going to have control over the race lead just in front of Manning and Massey. Link and TJ Elaine going to be the rounding out of that top 5. TJ Elaine a couple cars back from these top 4 right now, so these guys are going to be right there, I think, on the edge of that window. They came down lap 112. We've seen people go about 35, 36 laps, so it's going to be tight. We're going to have to see somebody maybe save just a hair to be able to get to the end here.
Yeah, we're clicking on lap 117 as that last pass through start finishes. Wade's going to cut off Ray Massey, and then he pulls back down. Massey still has a crazy run. Jacob Lincoln will watch that happen along with Manning. He's going to make a move on Manning, cut Manning off. Maybe, no, he doesn't. He sticks on that middle line. Very interesting. I thought he's going to make that cut as he makes a run on Wade. And Manning looks like he's got a good amount of speed, trying to pass Jackson Wade as well. Yeah, Massey's in front. Massey and Manning, you let those two in front, they're going to run away. So it's going to be interesting to see if anybody. Manning's the only person I can think of that's going to fight hard enough to be able to pass Massey, and they're going to put on a crazy fight. You see TJ Lane back here with Craven, and then the 17 of Starks. They're sitting watching this front pack.
he's trying to get past these two as they're racing for position, or they're not racing for position amongst themselves. They are both a lap or several laps down. TJ Lane's just trying to find a way through those guys so that he can get up to Manning, as Manning is the next car for position for him. And he's just kind of in a roadblock here with Patrick Craven.
Yeah, this caution shook up a lot of stuff. There goes Manning to the inside of Wade. Little tiny micro shake. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I sure saw it. Manning got a little tiny shake. He lost a tiny bit of momentum, so now he's going to try to get that momentum back past Wade. As we just made another lap, taking on lap 120. You got Ray Massey in first, Jacob Link sitting in second. Wade made still 6th spot, sitting still in 3rd place now. Started off the restart on first, dropped back down 3rd. Jacob Manning sitting in 4th, and then TJ Lane in the Ram sitting in 5th.
Yeah, Link was one of the biggest benefactors from that caution, was able to stay out, was the race leader, was able to get his pit stop, and Jackson Wade having a little touch of internet connection issues, bouncing in and out there for just a split second.
Cause high stress for the other drivers around him.
Absolutely. You see that blink just even one time, and you're like, oh man, you're like, where did he go? And then he's suddenly right there in front of you. I think it's not as bad as, like a Daytona or a Talladega, but certainly here with how these guys have been running so tightly and so closely, it's certainly up there in that anxiety
Link
area.
Let's look at Link. He's right on the bumper of Ray Massey. Ray Massey not going to let him go through. He's keeping the door shut.
Real tight.
Doors open. Look at Link. They're going to go side by side as they enter into turn 3. That's going to be Jacob Link pulling ahead right in front of Massey, going into the middle of turn 3, coming into 4. Massey's going to try to see if he can't make a run back on Link. They're probably just going to go back and forth for a few laps. 29 laps left. You're under the 30 laps left mark.
And like I said, these guys are going to be really, really close on fuel. It's going to be very interesting to see how that works. I know TJ Lane probably not going to be able to make it to the end. I mean, it's going to be a long stretch. You're talking 43 laps. We already saw him run out of fuel once tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he just throws caution to the wind and runs it until it runs out again.
Put it in perspective, we only have 5 trucks on the lead lap. TJ Lane starting it off, and then Manning somehow 4th, being pushed off in the 4th, really. So I know Patrick Craven in that 20 Silverados make it really difficult for someone like TJ Lane. As Tim Ruark just smacks the outside wall. He's in 8th, made up 10 spots, but he's still a lap down from the lead lap.
I think what
John
happened
Gowan's in 7th with 12 spots up.
I think what helps with that number 74 at the front of this field definitely took 4 tires, as he had one of the longer stops. The other guys only had about a 5 to 7 second stop, and already used, got their last set of tires. So they came down for fuel, and Link maybe having just a hair fresher stuff, able to be out in front of these guys. But we've seen that a number of times that, even though they're out front, these guys have been able to be run down and passed, and got kind of a little bit of a 4-truck breakaway, 1.3 seconds back to TJ Lane, and then you have Manning, Wade, Massey, and Link up here.
Just wonder why TJ Lane just does not have the speed today. Like, where is his speed at? He usually has. This should be his best track.
Yeah,
these 1.5 are his tracks.
I feel like, with him coming down lap 107, I think he might be just trying to, save what he can where he can, and maybe hope these guys run out and pulls the rabbit out of the hat and, able to capitalize on these guys running out. But I mean, you're kind of putting all your chips on red for these guys to run out. As we kind of settled for just a moment, 1, 2, 3, 4 in line. Patrick Craven kind of hanging on to the back of this pack here too as well. Not for position. Patrick Craven currently sitting in 11th.
Honestly, if I was Craven, I would be there just for fun. Honestly, I'd make it a little bit difficult for him. If I could get a run, I would honestly start trying to pass, just to shake things up for the leaders.
Yeah, as now everybody's kind of got about a half second or so in between each trucks, and we've hit that, that point where everybody's just kind of, it's almost like you're kind of tense in the truck, like, when is something going to happen? And
well, I want to point out something happened to Curtis Mitchell. He came in on 121, and he's still in the pits. I do not know what happened here.
I could tell you what happened.
Oh, he's up here with us. I honestly did not see you join in. What's up? This is Curtis Mitchell up here in the booth, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
How's it going, Curtis?
What's
going on?
I've been better. So I'll give you a rundown on what happened. We had the wave around. A bunch of guys went around the pace truck, and Aiden and some of us made the mistake of going into pit for fuel. And for some reason, we didn't realize this. Pit road was closed.
Yeah.
So when we went in, a couple of the guys that had wave arounds had EOLs, meaning that they had to let some of us by, which messed up the sequencing. I didn't get a chance to delay green in time because I was just trying to get fuel before the guys got out of turn 4. 5 of us had a 40-second hold on pit road. Chris Rude got disqualified because his black flag was not cleared in time. So it was just an absolute nightmare. And yeah, that's why I'm here watching into this, hanging out in the booth before the race ends, and gonna just try and forget this one happened.
It all happens to the best of us, but at the start there, you had a really good run. We thought you would have been in contention up here. Honestly, thought you would be in Jackson Wade's shoes, where he's at.
We were on such a good strategy for when that caution came out because I still had an extra set of tires to use. And obviously, if I were in this spot right here, I would not have been in the front because I would have still been on old tires. I would have been saving them if we got a caution. So I would have probably been back here in 7th or 8th with my guys trying to wait out a wreck and then go pit for 4 tires with hopefully 10 to go and go run to the front. So we didn't take tires on the first stop, which is why we were hanging in the back. Just took fuel, and that was a mistake. And yeah, just really unfortunate across the board. I hate it for the guys that got black flagged and couldn't clear it in time, and just more race control issues, unfortunately.
It happens, but it's been a really good race for us up here in the booth. It's been really, really, really fun, especially about lap 50 or so is when it really started taking off. As Jackson Wade is going to get pushed to the outside by Manning. Manning's going to try to make a run away with the 7 truck. Back marker making things interesting as Wade just shuts the door. He slams the door. Like we were saying earlier, Jordan, he slammed the door that time.
Wade just more and more just getting tired of opening the door and just decides to continuously slam it right in his face.
He didn't have a run, or Manning didn't have a run, but he still slammed it.
While these guys are fighting side by side, Wade's going to have an outside, or not Wade, Manning's going to have an outside run here, but Wade stuck behind Hunter Cox. Hunter Cox says, "Yeah, this is not my place to be. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the spot up front." Jacob Links still leads Ray Massey by 0.6 of a second here.
Over the radio, there's been a lot of chatter about those lap cars for cars on not on the lead lap necessarily, but there are trucks. I'm sorry, the trucks that are obviously ahead several laps, and they're like, "Hey, what are we doing here? I need you to move. Stop trying to race me. I've got a race on my own." You see the 30 truck just smack the outside wall, trying to let Ray Massey go so he can catch Jacob Link. 16 laps remaining, and right now Ray Massey is almost like 3/4 of a second behind Link.
Yeah, Jacob Link, 15 laps to go with a, like I said, 3/4 of a second race lead right now, and everything firing on all cylinders for him right this very second. But we've seen a number of times where things can just go dramatically different in a heartbeat.
Here we go. Look at Manning and Wade. Look at Manning and Wade. They're both making some crazy moves, trying to fight each other. Whoa! Whoa! Jackson Wade almost just made up his big mistake. Wow. That was close. That was really close. If Jackson did not check up, Manning would have gone into the wall.
Yeah, on board here with Jackson.
Really ugly.
On board here with Jackson Wade, and I mean, I feel like Manning just reversed slammed the door. I guess, Jackson went to slam it, and, Manning just, decided to stick his foot in the door jamb. And then now we're here with Manning in that number 3 spot and just up ahead. Ray Massey has actually kind of closed the distance in between him and Link right now. So they're just separated by 0.2 of a second, just under 0.3 of a second. So
I know
starting to pick up here with just 13 laps to go.
I know for a few laps, Ray was definitely, holding back a little bit just to conserve tires. But now, if I was Ray Massey, I'd be trying to go all out and trying to fight him, because if he goes now, it's gonna be a fight for first all the way until the finish, unless they crash each other. Then it'll just be Manning away unless they somehow get tangled into it. So either way, there's gonna be a fight all the way up until that last lap.
Yeah, and I mean, like we've been saying, they're right there on the edge of a fuel run, give or take a lap or so. Maybe Massey, 3/4, 80% throttle through the corner just to save just a hair of fuel. And then once you get, I know me at least, once you see that number of laps to go, just slightly under what you have laps remaining in fuel, it's all bets are off, foot to the floor. Gloves are off and ready to fight for a win. As you see here, Massey now within 1/10 of a second, just all over the back.
Here we go.
74 Jacob Link.
There we go. Ray Massey looked like he almost had a run there. He's gonna try to back it off just a little bit, and then he's gonna make another run. This is gonna be insanely crazy to see what kind of run he's gonna have. I know he's gonna throw it to the inside. Ray Massey loves fasting these dudes on this track on the inside, so let's watch out for it. It's coming. Around 11 laps to go. We're about to, in just a second, as they exit turn 4. The leaders here, they're going to tick on 10 laps left. And as it sits right now, Jacob Link in first. Ray Massey in second. As Link blinks.
Jacob Link.
Where's he
Blinks
go?
Out. Absolutely
no
heartbreaking for the race leader, Jacob Link.
Happen?
Jacob Link has
I don't believe
disconnected.
I do not believe it. This is huge.
But now it says he's back. No, it's completely just. No, and there he is.
He just blinks back.
No!
What is going on with Jacob Link?
His VR crashed. Oh no!
This is why I don't run VR anymore, ladies and gentlemen. iRacing and VR is incredible, but this is why I don't do it. So this stuff right here, this has happened to me so many times when I was, when I started iRacing. I started out in VR, and this is the same stuff that would happen to me on these longer races. That sucks for him. I do feel really bad.
With just 9 laps to go, Jacob Link having issues connectivity-wise. It's going to put him out of contention for the race win, which, Ray Massey right here in the race lead here. Manning about half a second off of him. Jackson Wade just on the back bumper of Jacob Manning, and now that just completely flipped the story.
Yeah, with no help for any draft, that leaves Ray Massey wide open for these two to play nice, catch them, and then fight.
So coming to just 7 laps to go, Ray Massey at the front of the field. We've seen Massey win several times. Then we start the season and start collecting, points, and Jacob Manning comes into the scene, wins 3 in a row after Massey's 3 in a row before the season. And now here we are where, who's going to finish with this race win and put themselves in 4 wins across the entirety of the Charity Cup Series. Manning looking to go 4 in a row here.
I think TJ Lane's about to go a lap down. He's coming into the pits right now, maybe for gas. I think it's for fuel, honestly. So that means we're gonna have 3 in the lead lap.
Yeah, he came down lap 107, and just not enough fuel left in that machine. Manning kind of falling off the tail of the 23, just
here they come though. Hey, they're about to catch the 77 of Aiden Davis. He's a lap car. Or a lap truck, so it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Wade is holding on to the back of Manning like crazy, trying to get a toe up as Manning. Did Manning just scrape the wall, or is that Wade? It was really hard to tell from the angle.
Yeah, it was really hard to tell, but one of the two grabbing
5
the wall.
laps.
5 laps to go here in race number 4 of the season. As now
Okay, Aiden
Wade all
Davis.
over the back bumper of the 50. Loses just a touch on corner entry.
Look at Aiden
Massey,
Davis up there. They're catching him.
I mean, Massey would love nothing more than the two of them behind him to start mixing it up and racing each other really hard. And able to get him even more separation from the two. But now they're just in line with each other and just need a hair of something. Just enough to get to the back bumper of the 23. And, you know, we don't see it very often, but if Manning gets there, does he give a little shove? Now just over 0.3 of a second, was able to close a little bit there.
Dude,
I think the 23 raced a little bit of a wider entry there, gave a little bit of air to the nose of the 50 on corner entry.
They're so close. They're using literally every single bit of this track. Like, they're using every single bit. There's nowhere else to go. Look how close they're getting to the wall, trying to gain any speed, all three of them.
Yeah, I mean, if it was up to those guys, they'd certainly move that wall maybe about a foot or so out so they could run even harder. But I'm sure that if we moved it a foot out, they'd still somehow find a way to scrape just a bit, trying to get every bit of track that they can.
The engine would probably explode at that point. Be over the red line.
2 laps to go here from Kansas. 2/10 of a second separating race leader and Jacob Manning. Massey going for 4 wins
Davis
in the
needs
Cup
to move
Series.
for Massey.
Manning going for 4 in a row. As they come around turn 3, turns 3 and 4, Massey going to be staring at that flag stand, looking for that white flag, and he's going to get it.
That
Still
draft is going to help Ray.
2/10 of a second.
Yeah.
Massey down into turn number 1. As the gap gets just ever so slightly smaller, but not enough. Down the backstretch for the final time.
Don't make any mistakes.
Massey pulling a huge toe off the 77 of Aiden Davis. No contention into the corner. Manning looks like he threw that thing in there, but Ray Massey going to be able to drive off the corner. Checkered flag going to be in the air for Ray Massey and win race number 4 here at Kansas Speedway. What a run to the finish. I mean, that had a little bit of everything, drama and everything with Link, all the way down to, you know, Manning and Wade, like, fast. But Ray Massey back in the winner's circle here for the Charity Cup Series and gets his first one in the season with a chance to continue chasing that cup. I'm out of breath.
Whew. What a finish.
Yeah, I bet you are. Yeah, that was an amazing finish. Props to Jackson Wade for playing fair, because I know he almost took out Manning, and you know he yielded. He's like, my bad. Let's keep going and let's not play dirty. So yeah, props to Wade for
we got a little
playing nice.
Cars movie action here. Ray Massey ran out of fuel. Jackson Wade pushed him to the start finish.
Yeah,
no
and
burnout.
I mean,
no burnout today, but
and I mean, you know,
tell Jackson Wade to burn it down for Massey.
Right. You know, Ray Massey isn't in victory lane tonight because of luck. This was earned. It was strategic and planned and well executed. In iRacing, it's never just about speed. It's consistency, tire management, knowing when to push and when not to. But remember this, you're in a race too. Every single day is another lap. And just like racing, it takes discipline, experience, and strategy to move forward. That's where Vibrance Media comes in. They've built tools designed to help you grow, improve, and thrive in your own journey, your own race. And if you want to learn more, visit vibrance.community or connect with Phil Ransom as we get ready to have our little chit chat with Ray Massey, our race winner, here in just a moment. As we shuffle around a little bit, and we'll get Ray Massey. It's Jordan in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you, Jordan.
Hey, brother. So, I mean, a phenomenal finish here. You absolutely had a lot of pressure from the guys out back, but you were able to keep it out front and keep going.
Man, I'm exhausted. That's a lot of thinking and a lot of driving and all the strategy. My goodness, this race was crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, you had 3 wins, before we started the season. You're able to, get out and run and have some fun. And then we start the season. Jacob Manning comes in, runs 3 in a row, but you're able to stop it at 3 in a row and get yourself back in the victory lane. That's going to be a sweet feeling.
Oh yeah, this dry spell was getting to me. Have Jacob come in here and wear us out pretty good. I had a little bit of bad luck along the way, and then I made some mistakes myself, speeding in pit road and stuff like that. And then I had some hardware. My VR headset blinked out on me in one race. So it's nice to come in here, have a nice clean event. It's a lot of fun, and these guys, man, they're tough to beat. So you throw the fuel strategy in there on top of that, and yeah, whole lot of fun. And yeah, I'm exhausted.
Great, man. Well, before we cut you loose, is there anyone you want to shout out and thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, I want to thank Curtis. I know he puts in a lot of effort into this league, so I thank him for all the work he does. You guys up in the booth, y'all do a great job broadcasting it. All the sponsors we have that help us put this on, and then Walking and Rolling Costumes, got them on my truck, and give them a shout out. They do a lot of great work for children in wheelchairs and walkers. So like to get them as much money as we can. And also thanks to my dad, he was on the pit box tonight helping with fuel strategy, so he had his calculator going overtime.
All right, brother. We'll want to thank you for letting us take up some of your time, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, man. See you soon.
All right, next up, that's going to bring Jacob Manning, and I believe now, Sam, you've got Jacob with you.
Jacob, it's Sam and Jordan up in the booth. You got us?
Yep, I got you guys.
Yeah, so second place finish. A lot of chaos in the pits, and throughout the race, it was a really tight track. First, tell me about the start and why you guys were so close together for so long.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to Curtis Mitchell for putting this thing on every week, week in and week out. This is something bigger than us, and I'm a little ticked off right now, but in the end, it's all for a good cause. So that's what matters in the end is that we're doing this for the Lord, and that's great. But to answer your question here, that this track just puts on that kind of racing, specifically in the truck. It's just really hard to break away, and when fuel saving comes into it, and lap traffic and all these different factors, it really kind of keeps us all bunched together until the pit stops come around, and that's when everybody you would see start to get spread out. We'd have second or two in between each of us, and then maybe that top three would come back together, but for the most part we'd be split up after that. So I think it's just the truck package at the moment is really what keeps us all together, and we've seen that at Atlanta and here now.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with you about that part. Is there anybody who you would like to thank or shout out?
Yeah, for sure. I know I already mentioned Curtis, but we'll double shout you out, Curtis. Thank you for everything you do. I see you up in here, so thank you. I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for, keeping me as calm as I can be for everything that just happened. So, that's always a factor in these things. And, I want to thank Great Lakes Sim for the, the team effort we put forth. We had a, strong showing 4 weeks in a row. We're all up there. So, we all showed the speed, and I think, one of these weeks it might be a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. I think is certainly possible. So looking forward to it. We want to thank Tier 1 Setup Shop for everything that they do over on their side, making fast setups every week for all the NASCARs, all the dirt stuff, and everything going on over there is just incredible. And then finally, I want to thank you guys up in the booth for what you guys do, sitting here and watching us do our thing. It's I'm sure it's not easy. We all love racing, so thank you guys.
That your P2 finisher in Jacob Manning, and next up we're gonna have Jackson Wade. Jackson, you got a copy?
I'm here.
Hey man, so I mean, heck of a run there for you. I mean, super fast, super quick, and I mean, you guys just consistently mixed and matched up there. I mean, take me through how that race was for you.
That race was a mental battle. I felt like I stared at my fuel calculator more than I did my windshield. I was constantly looking at numbers that said 0.002 to point, 0.05 to the good or to the bad. So it was really difficult to know when to go, when to not go. At the same time, look at your mirror to know whether or not the guy behind you is trying to go. So without getting into too much of the weeds and confusing people, it was just really hard to mentally manage everything on the fly going 180 miles an hour. So, but it was fun.
Absolutely. It was certainly fun for us up here in the booth. And, before we cut you loose there, brother, is there anybody you want to shout out and thank for tonight's race?
100%. This first one is somebody I missed on the previous one. But my designer, James Jackson, he put together a beautiful Bundle of Joy Foundation RAM. I should have done more of my research on this next topic, but whichever Great Lakes Sim charity that we are putting our money towards today, I wish I knew the name of it right now.
Oceana.
Oceana, there you go. Just shout out to all of them over there. Friends, family, teammates. It's just been a really good day so far. So we'll see what else we can do next week.
Absolutely. So thank you for your time and congrats on the P3, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Next up, going to be our P4 finisher in TJ Lane. Sam, I believe you have him now.
I do indeed. TJ, it's Sam and Jordan are up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I'm out in my freezer trying to cool off after that one.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, really quick, tell us. You were all over the place, fell back, and then you caught back up and climbed your way
like
up
every
for
week.
it. Tell us
Every
about.
week.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh man, I ran out of fuel, and right on that first stand, I was, we were all talking and shooting the crap, and I was just kind of riding. I got up to the back behind of Jacob and was just kind of riding there and biding our time because that's what it's going to take. And Jacob said he was going in. I thought I had one more, and it was like as soon as I stepped out and took the lead there and got to the back straightaway, I was out, and I was frustrated. I was upset. I'm pounding my desk because I've been messing up every week. We are a better vehicle than this. We run better. I expect to be up in the mix with Ray and Jacob and
For
Jackson
sure.
every race. That's what I expect. And we just got to get these little kinks out of the closet here, and we'll get rolling again.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anybody you want to mention before you cut you loose?
Yeah, so I want to thank Curtis for setting us all up and you guys sitting up in the booth. I want to thank all the guys at Great Lakes Sim running this. We've had a really good time running all these races with Jacob picking up a bunch of wins, getting a bunch of 1-2 finishes. We got second, third, and fourth today on the team. I want to thank Chase. He's our new painter. He's working on stuff. He's coming into the group and trying to work on giving us some good quality paints to show you guys up top. And I just want our foundation. Our foundation is Oceana, helping making the oceans good again. It's without these oceans, without the filtration system that the oceans provide for us, this planet wouldn't be able to survive. And it's up to us to make sure that we're doing everything we can to keep the filter on our planet good, right? It is Shark Week, so we got the Shark Week paint schemes. We do Shark Week, but other than that, you guys, I want to appreciate you pulling me up there, and you guys have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, and that was your P4 finisher in TJ Lane. And last and certainly not least, our P5 driver in DeMarco Starks. Hey, Starks, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, so, I mean, you kind of found yourself shuffled up and down and around and, find yourself here in P5 tonight after kind of a wild race, only 3 cars on the lead lap, but able to pull off that P5.
Definitely. And I don't know if you saw that I missed the start of the race. So I was just booking it on my way, trying to get up to the top 10 and then take it easy. So that was my plan.
Yeah, certainly a fast truck there, brother. And I mean, take me through a little bit of like the end there. You know, you're watching these guys race for those top 3 spots, and you're just kind of there. I mean, what was that like there at the end?
So I was like, "Oh, let them race it out, and we just back off to save fuel." So I was hoping that they would run out of fuel, even though I'm a lap down. It would take them a little bit to catch back up. So that was the game plan. But it didn't work out that way. But I'm getting better at saving fuel, so I'm glad I had this chance to do it again.
Well, want to thank you for your time. And before we send you off there, brother, is there anybody you want to shout out and thank for tonight's performance?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Raceway Ministries, and then whoever is listening from my family.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for your time, and hopefully catch you on some future ones.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That you're a P5 finisher on the night. And as we get ready to wrap everything up here, go over that
I'll get the donation
final.
numbers in here for you real quick for the charities.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, Curtis.
First place, Ray Massey. That'll be $50 headed over to Walking and Rolling Costumes. Jacob Manning, Jackson Wade, and TJ Elaine finishing 2, 3, and 4. Total of $91 headed over to Oceana. And then DeMarco Starks in 5th with that $25 to Raceway Ministries. Ray Massey got the cleanest driver, sponsored by Linger's Auto Spa. Another $25 over to Walking and Rolling Costumes. Our hard charger looks to be, I'm going to have to check here because I don't know who did. He didn't qualify, so give me a second here.
Looks like Aiden Davis in 7th was up 8 spots. Jackson Wade in 3rd was up 6. So
Aiden Davis. Yeah, yep.
Aiden Davis. So
Yep.
we go to Aiden.
There it is. Aiden Davis with the Lisbon Creek Systems Ladder Climber Award. Another $25 headed to the Hope to Dream Foundation. And then no pole challenge this week. So Ray did not get the pole, but he did win it. So we're going to roll over another $25 and have $75 up for the Great Lakes Sim Pole Challenge in 2 weeks at Michigan.
So looking forward to that. And, you know, before we head off, we're going to go over this finishing order here with Ray Massey at the top of the board, getting back in the winner's circle. Jacob Manning finishing in P2 with Jackson Wade finishing in P3. TJ Lane bounces back from running out of fuel, finds himself in P4. DeMarco Sparks finishes in P5. John Gowan finds himself in 6th with Aiden Davis and Brian Bogner in 7th and 8th. Austin Travis and Brenton Barker, they're going to be the last 2 in the top 10 with Patrick Craven and Hunter Cox in 11th and 12th. Tim Ruark and Justin Crittenden going to come 13th and 14th with Jacob Link and Jacob D. Davis finishing at 15th and 16th. Curtis Mitchell going to finish in 17th with Chris Rude and Dylan Chavis going to round out the 19 truck field that we had here tonight. A lot of exciting drama and chaos throughout this race, Sam. And I mean, it's probably one of the most heart racing races we've had to call so far.
Yeah, it's been crazy. The fact that I got to call 2 crazy races back to back is absolutely insane. So I had a lot of fun. I hope you had just as much fun as I had up here.
Absolutely.
So props to Curtis Mitchell.
Absolutely. I had a ton of fun up here in the booth, but like all good things do come to an end. We're going to wrap it up here from Kansas Speedway. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the next edition of the Charity Cup Series. And with all of that said, as you walk the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.